Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Voice of Hope. In my last episode, I did talk about how my baby stopped latching, and this worried me a lot, thinking that it was a clogged milk duct. I got the perfect time to visit my doctor, and thinking that it was a gynecological problem, I went to meet my gynae at that time, and that was Dr. Alok Deb. At the time, he was on leave, and I was advised by the hospital to visit another gynae, and that was Dr. Shanta Thakur. The moment I entered her chamber, I was greeted with such a big smile on her face, and I was so comfortable speaking to her. And there's one trait which I think that she really had, and that was the fact that she listened. Now, after talking to her, she did examine my breast lump, and she said that there was nothing to worry about because there was no signs and symptoms that was indicative of a breast cancer lump. So what she did was that she suggested some medications, and then she did say that if the medications did not work, then they would have to go for a small surgical procedure. Now, I've heard of this small surgical procedure, and this was something that a lot of mothers went through, and it was not such a big deal. So I was happy with the recommendation. Then I remembered that she took a piece of paper, she wrote down some medicines, and while she was writing a prescription, she looked up and she said, "Worry, how about going through some tests?" I did look at her. I asked her what kind of test that I had to go through, and she said that it would be a simple procedural test like an ultrasound. I was like, all right, so what's the harm? Let's go ahead and just do this test. So looking back, I just realized how thorough the doctor was, and she made sure that she assessed the situation by asking me to go for these tests, and that would clear any signs of possibilities of any sort of infection or maybe some breast cancer. And this sort of recommendation from her end saved my life. I still shudder when I think about that time when I was told by the doctors from Tata Memorial that the grade and the type of cancer that I had was an aggressive type. What if she had just written those medications, I had just taken those medications for a long time, and then my cancer would have progressed unnoticed? Now, this is a thought that really scared me, and therefore I have to thank my doctor, Dr. Shanta Thakur, who really assessed the situation and made sure that I got the best treatment. So this brings to mind a story. My friend was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer, and by the time she found out that she had ovarian cancer, it was already too late. 2 years back, she did tell everybody that she went to the doctor complaining of bloating and some gastric issues, and the doctors had always written it off as having a gastric problem. So 2 years of gastricitis. And this made me think, what if the doctors had asked her to go for a test 2 years back? This would have probably saved her life. This would have made sure that her son would have been with a mother forever. So, what I learned from this situation are such valuable lessons. This story and this situation is a powerful reminder that we should be proactive about our health. If the doctors are not recommending you for more tests, I think it is mandatory for us to ask the doctor if we can go for more tests. It is wise to dig deeper, to find out now, than to find out much later when it is too late. In the long run, proactive steps by us and thorough examinations are what can save our lives. So if you find yourself in such a situation, make sure that you get yourself checked, dig deeper, and take charge of your health. If you think the story resonates with you, and if you feel that this story might help somebody, do share it and do subscribe to my channel. Till then, I'll meet you again in the next episode. Have a lovely day.